Good morning, students. Welcome back to the class on photochemistry. We have just discussed about the laws of photochemistry, where we are discussing about Einstein's photochemical equivalence. As I said, one molecule will absorb one photon of energy, whereas one mole will absorb one Einstein of energy. One photon means h nu. Einstein means Avogadro number multiplied by h nu. For simplicity, we will just simplify these two calculations. What is h? H is Planck's constant, whose value is 6.625 into 10 power minus 27 erg into second. Or in this is CGS units, in MKS units it is 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 joule second, because 1 erg is equal to minus 7 joules, or 1 joule is equal to 10 power plus 7 x. What is nu? Nu is frequency of light. So whatever the light source we use, it is the frequency. Generally, we substitute c by lambda for frequency. Here c is velocity of light. Velocity of light. It is a constant value whose value is given by 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second, or 3 into 10 power 10 centimeters per second. What is the value of Avogadro number? Avogadro number 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules per mole. We can use this per mole or not, it is not a problem. So Avogadro number, the number of molecules present in 1 mole of the compound, it is called Avogadro number, whose value is 6.023 into 10 power 23. Now we will substitute all these values, and then we will try to simplify this so that we can easily do calculations based on photochemistry. Here, what is unknown factor is lambda. Lambda is the wavelength of the light. Generally, it depends on the light source. So it varies from problem to problem. So lambda value is not a fixed term. So it varies from light source. So that is why we are not taking the value of lambda, whereas we are taking all other values because all other quantities are constants. Now, we will try to solve for Einstein's. One Einstein is nothing but Na h nu or Na hc by lambda. What is Na? 6.023 into 10 power 23 per mole. We can use this unit. What is Planck's constant 6.625 into 10 power minus 27 erg into second. What is velocity of light? It is 3 into 10 power 10 centimeters per second divided by, because we are all we have substituted all the quantities in CGS units, eggs, centimeters. Lambda must also be substituted in CGS units. What is CGS units? Centimeters. So whatever the wavelength it is given for a particular problem, we need to convert the wavelength into centimeters, then we need to substitute. Right. Here you see egg, second inverse will get cancelled. So the remaining is eggs. Of course, if we substitute lambda in centimeters, centimeters will get cancelled. So what is remaining? Eggs per mole. Now, this we can calculate it. It comes out to be 11.97 into 10 power 7 by lambda in centimeters. So the resultant is eggs per mole. Please remember this formula. You don't need to substitute all these values in for each and every problem. You just remember this value. Just remember this value, that's it. Please substitute lambda in centimeters so that you will get answer. What is the energy in Einstein's? Just apply this formula, we will get this. So we have learned that 1 Einstein of energy is nothing but 11.97 into 10 power 7 by lambda eggs per mole. Only thing is we don't know lambda, so whenever lambda value is given, we need to convert it to centimeters, then we will substitute in this simplified formula so that we will get the answer. Okay, so this is very important for a competitive point of view. We don't need any calculators to solve the problems. You just remember this formula. Right. So what is the energy of one Einstein? One Einstein is 11.97 into 10 power 7 by lambda eggs per mole. If you want to, we need to substitute lambda value in centimeters. Now, if we want to convert this into joules, if we want to convert this into joules, then what is the formula? Of course, we know 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 eggs. 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 eggs. So, it becomes joule per mole. Don't get confused. Joule is an MKL system, but still lambda is in centimeters. Don't get confused, okay? So lambda, we are converting it to centimeters and we are substituting it in this equation, but not this equation, okay? So lambda in centimeters is coming from this relation. So don't get confused, okay? We have just converted this 10 power 7 x into joules. Lambda, we did not change, okay? So even when you are calculating the energy in joules per mole, we need to substitute lambda value in centimeters. Remember that. And if you want to calculate this in kilojoules per mole, lambda in centimeters into 10 power minus 3 kilojoules per mole. Kilo is 10 power 3. 10 power 3 is not here, so we are taking it. If we want to convert this into kilojoules per mole, we just take 10 power minus 3 additionally. Now, if we want to convert this into calories, what is the conversion between joules and calories? You know, 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules, or simply you can go for 4.2 joules. So just multiply this 11.97 with 4.2. We will get 2.86. Of course, we always substitute lambda value in centimeters, calories per mole. So if we want to calculate the lambda Einstein value in calories per mole, we will just take 2.86 by lambda calories per mole. Of course, lambda we need to substitute this value in centimeters. Now, if we want to measure it in kilocalories per mole, it is 2.86 into 10 power minus 3 by lambda in centimeters, kilocalories per mole. Kilocalories per mole. Now, if we want to measure this value in electron volts, 1 electron volt, nothing but charge of an electron, 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules per mole. 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules per mole. So you just substitute joules per mole. So just divide this value with 1.602. We will get 1 Einstein is equal to 1.24 into 10 power minus 4 by lambda in centimeters electron volts. Yeah, we don't use this formula. We use 1 electron volt is equal to 23.06 kilocalories per mole. We will utilize this formula. We will substitute here so that you will get this. We don't use this formula. When we substitute 1 electron volt is equal to 23.06 kilocalories per mole in this formula, we will get this value. 1 Einstein is equal to 1.24 into 10 power minus 4 by lambda in electron volts. So for what we are discussing lambda in centimeters. Now, to just avoid confusion, I am not giving the value of lambda in meters, but we will do it. 11.97 into 10 power 7 by lambda in centimeters eggs per mole. Same thing in 11.97 by lambda in centimeters joules per mole. If we want to convert this lambda into meters, of course 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power minus 2 meters. Then 10 power minus 2, when we make it numerator, it becomes 10 power plus 2. 11.97 into 10 power 2 by lambda in meters. So this is joules per mole. when we want to make it in meters, then first we must convert this. 1 Einstein is equal to 11.97 by lambda in meters. Now, for 1 centimeter, we have 10 power minus 2 meters. 10 power please take the notes along with me. We will discuss mechanism of photochemical reactions. As I said, when we pass light onto a material, then it will be converted to products. This is what is called a photochemical reactions. But generally, in the first step, it will be converted to an excited state molecule, then it will be converted to product. So in a photochemical reaction, we have two processes. One is conversion of starting material into an excited molecule, then conversion of this excited molecule into product. So that we will discuss here. So every photochemical reaction, please take the notes along with me. Every photochemical reaction is carried out in two processes. Every photochemical reaction is carried out in two processes. First one is called a primary process. What is a primary process? The absorption of light radiation takes place in a primary process. What is a primary process? Absorption of light by the reacting molecule is the primary process. So what happens due to the absorption of light? When the molecule absorbs light, it will be converted to an activated molecule. Due to absorption of light, radiation, active species, this is an active species. What are the active species that can be generated in a photochemical reaction? Generally, it is the free radicals. So when we pass light onto a material, generally an electron will be excited, so it generates free radicals. Mostly it is free radicals in the photochemical reactions. The activated molecules are free radicals, or we also call it as excited molecules. So during the primary process, active species will be formed. Active species will be formed. That means when we pass light onto the starting material, it gets activated. Second step is secondary process. What is a secondary process? Generally, in a secondary process, whatever the reaction that is started in the primary process, The reaction started in the primary process will continue. In the secondary process, we are continuously passing light. So whatever the primary process that has occurred, that will also occur during the secondary process also. So the primary process will continue in the secondary process also, but the difference is one of the following processes may takes place in the secondary process. So this is the difference. What will happen in the primary process? Active species has been generated. So the active species reacts with each other. The active species reacts with each other to form the final product. This is one possibility. So when the initially generated active species reacts with each other, they will result in product. Or the active species may partially or completely deactivated it may partially or completely deactivate, and hence there is no chemical reaction. This is another possibility. The active species may not have proper orientations or proper energy, so it will get deactivated so that a backward reaction will occur. And the third possibility is a chain reaction may start. A chain reaction may start. Generally, we observe chain reactions in photochemical reaction. So these three steps will occur in a secondary process. So the first one is conversion of active species into final product, or deactivation of the active species, or a chain reaction. These are the three steps that occur during the secondary process.